everybody, I'm Dawn Meifert. Thanks so much for joining me on Here's the Deal. So we are 2 days post-election, and how great does it feel to be a Democrat? Not only did our candidates win the White House, we took back quite a few Senate seats. We have more female Democratic senators than at any moment in time, Tammy Baldwin being among them. It's a first, an openly gay female to be elected to the Senate. And President Barack Obama didn't just win the Electoral College, he trounced Romney when it came to the popular vote. There was about 2.7 or 2.8 million more votes cast for Barack Obama than Mitt Romney. Now, it was also a terrific night for gays and lesbians. As we know, there were ballot initiatives in Washington, Maine, Maryland, and Minnesota. Now, marriage equality was passed in Washington, Maine, and Maryland, and Minnesota rejected a constitutional amendment that would forever discriminate against gays and lesbians in their state. So we now have 9 states that legally recognize same-sex marriage, plus the District of Columbia. So I received an email from someone asking me, what does this mean in terms of federal recognition? So we are not there yet. To be federally recognized, we're going to have to repeal DOMA, the Defense of Marriage Act, because DOMA explicitly bans any federal recognition of same-sex marriages that are recognized by each individual state. Now, given that Barack Obama is no longer defending DOMA, I think that in the next 4 years we will probably see a repeal of DOMA, and that is the key to all of us moving forward with full equality nationwide. Now, another thing I want to talk about real quick here is, where's the Republican Party today? Well, really, they're kind of out to lunch. I mean, they're really in a mess. If you look at the demographics of how we won, it is astounding. Republicans were betting that they would get 74% of the white vote to win. Well, not only did they not get the 74%, even if they had attained it, they probably still would have lost because of the huge numbers that President Obama pulled in from Latinos, almost 76%, gays and lesbians, about 90%, high percentage in Asians, a high percentage in African Americans, and women got out and rocked the vote. President Obama and Vice President Biden, there was about a 12 or 13 point spread there in terms of women voting for them instead of voting for Romney Ryan, which is terrific for women's rights, because those T-bonic, birther, super right-wing conservative nut jobs like Todd Akin and Joe Walsh and Richard Murdoch and Paul Ryan himself were all handed their walking papers. Women showed them the door. So we remain intact in terms of women's full equal rights around Roe v. Wade, and we expect to see movement forward on the Lilly Ledbetter Act. Now, Republicans spent just about $1 billion on this election, and they were trounced. Karl Rove controlled more than $400 million in finances. They chose to spend that money very traditionally through television advertising, not realizing the super ground game that Democrats had put into place with tens of thousands of volunteers. So there are a lot of really angry billionaires today asking, where is their money, what happened to it, and how do we move forward from here? It's going to get super interesting because, as you all know, now they're talking about the fiscal cliff, and I'm going to explain more about that tomorrow. It's been a great couple of days. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm Dawn Meifert, and this has been Here's the Deal.